This is Chestacho.
In this video, we'll delve into the fascinating world of isolated pawns in chess, which are pawns that lack support from friendly pawns on adjacent files. Typically, isolated pawns are considered a weakness since they can't rely on other pawns for protection, often creating ideal outposts for the opponent's pieces. Despite their vulnerabilities, isolated pawns also come with certain advantages, such as offering improved development, counterplay opportunities, and enhanced mobility for knights and bishops, thanks to open or half-open adjacent files. The isolated queen pawn, or isolani, is a unique case of an isolated pawn that promotes a kingside attack and provides favorable outposts for knights. However, it is not exempt from the same weaknesses as other isolated pawns. Isolated pawns frequently appear in popular chess openings like the French defense, Nimzo-Indian defense, Caro-Kann, and Queen's Gambit. As we explore further, we'll focus on the weaknesses of isolated pawns, especially in the endgame. Their inability to be defended by other pawns leaves them vulnerable for two main reasons. 1. Attacking pieces enjoy greater flexibility, while defending pieces are restricted and tied down, and 2. The square in front of the isolated pawn is weak, often granting an optimal outpost for an enemy knight or other piece. This square is also impervious to rook attacks as the isolated pawn blocks the file, making it a textbook example of weak squares, as defined by Wilhelm Steinitz. Lastly, we'll examine the isolated queen pawn, IQP, also known as an isolani, situated on the d-file. The IQP's inherent weakness arises from two aspects. 1. The need for the player to continuously defend the pawn with a minor or major piece, and 2. The lack of adjoining pawns, which hinders the player from attacking or defending the square in front of the isolani, necessitating the deployment of additional pieces. Despite these weaknesses, the IQP offers favorable attacking opportunities during the middle game due to open or half-open files and outposts. As the game progresses into the endgame, the pawn's isolation turns into a pronounced weakness. To capitalize on the IQP's strengths, players must act before the endgame arrives. Gallagher suggests that having more minor pieces in play can influence the IQP's efficacy. Familiar strategies include sacrificing the pawn as white or blockading the pawn as black.
This is Chestacho.